Yeah, I used to get bullied because I would wear the same shoes every day, and they'd be like, "Why do you wear the same shoes every day?" Because I don't know, what's wrong with wearing the same shoes every day? What's wrong with that? I don't know. They were pretty beat up shoes. These old black running shoes, and they were very scuffed looking. It was I think it was because yeah, because I moved around a lot. I went to like a school that had, it was like a really nice school, and so everybody was like higher class or something than me, and it was a really cool school actually. They like gave people laptops. They gave everybody laptops. I guess a lot of schools do that now, but like then I was like, whoa, I could play Webkins on my laptop. It's very fancy. What's one of the scariest things that has happened to you in general? Oh, I do have a story. Hold on. This is when I was going to detective school. I was working at a cafe, like a coffee shop, and I was there like kind of late, and I was the last one to leave. And I was waiting for Auntie Watson to pick me up, and she was taking a really long time. And so I was just waiting outside the coffee shop, and then this van pulled up out of nowhere. It just went. It was like a big van. I'm like, oh my god, what the heck? But I was like, I'm gonna get kidnapped. And then these two tall guys got out of the van, and they like rushed up to me, and I'm like, oh god, oh god. I backed up into a corner. I probably should have ran, but then they asked me like some questions. They were like, is your name Amelia? And I said, what? How do they know my name? Is this like was there a bad accident or something? Like how why are they here? Why are they asking for me? And then they like kept approaching me, and they backed me up into a corner, and then they asked me a question like is your name Amelia? And I said yes, because I didn't know what to say. And then they said, do you have a birthmark on the inside of your arm? I have one. How do they know that? And then it was really creepy because I'm like, how do they know this information about me? And then it turns out they pulled out this paper, and they try like compare me to like this paper, and it turns out that they were like private investigators looking for somebody, and it was like a coincidence that this person had the same name and like a birthmark just like me, and they thought that I was her, and they were like gonna kidnap me because they were like paid to find her, and it really creeped me out. And then they were like, oh, they don't really look the same, because it was dark, because they thought that I was her, and I got really scared. But they were like these really big guys, and if I had ran, they probably would have tackled me, so it was probably good that I didn't run. But if they were kidnappers, it probably would have been better if I had ran. Yeah, it was really scary. And then I told them afterwards, I said, what's wrong with you guys? I'm just a random person. You just came up like and you tried to like I thought I was being kidnapped. I told them. They're like, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. It's creepy. Anyways, I remember one Christmas where Mama Watson used to hide the presents in the closet, and me and Brother Watson would go look for our presents before Christmas. And I remember seeing like a red DS box, and I was like the coolest. I was like one of the coolest gifts. I was really excited because I had Nintendogs. That was really cool. I really liked my DS. I remember one Christmas we got the GameCube. It was like a purple GameCube with Mario Sunshine, and I used to watch my brother play, and I used to watch him play that SpongeBob Dream game. And I remember he used to yell at me. I used to watch him play, and he used to yell at me and say, "You're bad luck, stop watching me play!" Because he kept losing. So I had to hide behind the couch and like peek up from behind the couch and try to like sneak in watching him play. I remember that. I have like a really specific memory where like they left me and my brother in the car on a hot day. And we had crayons, and the crayons melted, and we like smeared them all over the roof of the car. Well, I guess more cars these days also have like the carpet, not like carpet, but you know, like fuzzy roof. And there were crayon stains in the roof for as long as we had that car. This is before people knew not to leave their kids in a car. Color of the crayons, they're like green and red. Those are the colors I remember. There was one time when I was in school where there was like a club that was selling their lunch pizza, they like had ordered pizza for some special occasion, and they were selling the rest of it for like $1 a slice, and it was like a really good deal. And so I paid and I got a slice of pizza and I was really excited, but then I had to go to the bathroom. And so my friend and I went to the bathroom together, and I asked her to hold my slice of pizza while I went to the bathroom. And then while I was in the bathroom, and I came back and then she said, "I accidentally dropped your pizza on the floor." But then I said, "Which side did it land on?" And she said, "I landed on the cheese side." But it was a really good deal, and I couldn't let it go to waste, so I ate it anyways. When I was a kid, I used to eat frozen waffles, like the chocolate chip waffles. I would just eat them frozen without toasting them. I guess because I was like pretty young, so I didn't know how to use the toaster, and I would just go and get them, and I would just eat them frozen. Maybe I was too short. Were you in the drama club during high school? No, it was not. I was not in any clubs in high school. I used to ditch classes and sit in the bathroom sometimes, but that was it. But I would like just read in there. I wouldn't do anything weird. I'd just read. I'd just sit on the floor and read. Remember telling that to somebody when I was in school, and they were like, "Wait, you cut class just to sit in the bathroom and read?" And they made fun of me! Anyways, don't cut classes and attend and listen to your teacher. They're trying to educate you. Okay, pay attention. Actually, I used to get bit by dogs a lot. I had one time where it was like a family dog, and we were on a road trip, and they were sitting in my lap, and I put my face near them. I like brought them onto my lap, and I put my face near them, and they bit my face. And then I had to go to the hospital, and then they had to like try to give me a shot for rabies, but I didn't want to take any shots, so I kept like squirming around, and I tried to like bite the nurse, and they ended up not giving me a rabies shot. And then there's one time where I was feeding a dog and they bit my hand. Oh yeah, and there was another time where I was feeding a big dog that he had, and he used to get like really aggressive over food, and I was like feeding him, and then I tried to take him outside, and he like followed me, and he was like growling, and I was like, "What the heck? I don't even have food right now." But I had like just fed him, I guess. I don't know why, but then he jumped at me and he tried to go for my throat, but then I lifted my arm up like in front of my face, like on reflex, and then he bit my arm, and yeah, that was scary. But it's fine. He's a very old boy now. Very old boy. He doesn't live with me though. I forgive him. Sometimes, you know, because we had adopted him, so sometimes a dog in the past can have like traumatic experiences that make them act a certain way. And I think we ended up like consulting a vet, and they gave us like doggy Prozac for him, and I calmed him down a lot. How'd you get into video games? Mama Watson, when she was younger, she used to go to the arcade a lot, and she really liked to play like Pac-Man and was it Space Invaders? She really liked to play arcade games, and when she had me and Brother Watson, yeah, there's just always something that she used to get. Like when she got, I remember growing up with like the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. When she got those, she got them because she liked to play games, and we used to watch her play Super Mario, and she would buy us games. Like I remember we had Mortal Kombat and like Sonic and Donkey Kong and Mario and Rocky and Pocky. So she would just buy us a ton of games, and I guess she just liked to watch us play, and I like to watch my brother play, and yeah. I've just always been playing games, and then like after consoles and stuff, I started playing like online games on PC when I was like 6 or 7. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. There was still dial-up at the time. I just thought it was really, really, really cool that you could talk to people online in games. And yeah, I've just always been playing games. We had like a PlayStation 2. We didn't have a PlayStation 1. I had a GameCube. I had like all the handheld. I was spoiled as a kid. I had all the handheld Nintendo games, like game consoles. Like I had the first Game Boy, and then I had a Game Boy Color. And you guys, there used to be no backlighting for handheld games. You had to connect like this little lamp, and it was like a little twisty lamp, and you had to point it at the screen. I thought it was really cool. And then I had the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy SP, and then the DS. I had a DSi, and I had a 3DS. But I mean, those I got later. Like, I didn't have a DSi until like 2 years after release, and I didn't have a 3DS until like 2 years after release. Yeah, I guess it's always been like part of my life. Yeah.
There is kind of precedence of prophetic dreams in the Watson family, which is, I don't know if it's true or not, right? How am I supposed to know? But my older brother Watson had a dream about a certain historical event that happened in the early 2000s, and it happened the day before. And my brother talks a lot in his sleep, like even to this day. Well, I'm pretty sure to this day, he still talks in his sleep. Not like I watch him sleep, so I don't know for sure. I don't talk in my sleep, I think. I know that one time in my sleep, because I was like sleeping in the same bed as Aunt Watson, I woke up and I opened my eyes while asleep and I laughed. She said it was really creepy.
When you were a kid, what kind of career were you hoping to have when you grew up? Did your path towards becoming a detective start at an early age? Oh, good question. Being a detective. Not since the past few years. Earlier, when I was younger, I experimented with like a few different career paths like I'd want to take. Like, oh, I really like photography. I like learning about photography and like the technical stuff behind it. Like, oh, I really like baking. I'll just make some like little cakes and do like cool custom designs. I did that for a little bit, and I did like a few other stuff. So I just always like tried different things, you know, trying to see what I'd want to do. But what ended up happening is that I just ended up building like a bunch of weird skills that I couldn't really use for completely for pursuing one thing. So now as a detective and, you know, entertaining you guys every day, I can do a bunch of different things and combine it all into one Watson concoction. Also, I knew when I was younger, like, I used to put on these dancing shows where I had like a, you know, like one of those sticks that has a ribbon at the end. I used to do this dance where I would perform in front of like the whole Watson family with this ribbon, and I would do like a ribbon dance, and it was always to this one song. What was it? Every time we touch, I get this feeling. Every time we kiss, I swear I can fly. That song, I always used to perform to that song specifically. And then there's one time my brother was in like a talent show, and he really liked to learn magic, like magic tricks and stuff. And he was gonna do a magic show, and I was gonna be the assistant. And my brother got really nervous. He got stage fright, and he refused to do it, like right at the last minute. And I threw a tantrum. I threw a fit because I really wanted to go on stage and be the assistant for the magic show. And I was really sad that I couldn't do it.